sir? Yeah.
Yes, now I can see. Yes, I can see.
Yes, sir.
Why is the front row empty?
I think that is for some special department. Yes, sir. So I think you can proceed with the talk, sir.
Hello, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good to see you. You all deserve a clap. So we all clap for ourselves because you have chosen to get into design, encouraging your children to get into design. And I got into design some 50 years back, more than 50 years back. So at that time, my teachers were able to see the importance of design and they pushed me. I had done my BTech from IIT Kanpur, and then after my BTech, I did my master's from IIT Delhi in design engineering. And they saw that there was a potential in design, and they also saw that there was potential for design in me. So they sent me out to the Royal College of Art, where I studied industrial design. And ever since then, it has been my dream to develop a strong human data manpower base for design in the country. Our country is lagging behind because design profession has been ignored for many, many years. So I'm really so glad that you all have decided to get into design. After developing the design program at IIT Delhi, I developed the design program at Delhi Technological University. And at Delhi Technological University, we have something like 120 students at the BDS level every year. And they are bright students, and they are all doing extremely well. So your choice of design profession is an excellent choice, and I'm sure you'll find it very, very beneficial. Why it is good to choose design is that in design you do a couple of things. One is that you are able to pursue your passion and your profession together. So you have some aptitude. Those aptitude could be in the area of visual thinking, creativity, and you are able to make a profession out of it. So whatever your strengths are, that becomes your profession. And what can be better than that? You are earning money, you are well off, and at the same time, you are passionate about what you want to do. So this is a tremendous change that has happened. The other thing is that in design, we are caring, we are making the society better. We are not only just concerned about making money or any such thing. We are developing designs to make it better for the society. And when the society becomes better, then we feel happier that we have made a contribution that has made the society better. So you are doing something which is very constructive, very caring. You are also pursuing your passions, and you are also financially well off. Now these three things together make design an excellent profession. So with these few words, I would request you to share any questions you have, any questions you would like to ask. Before I go through a brief PowerPoint presentation, very brief, okay? So if you have any questions, it would be very, very nice. You ask now, and later on again, you will have a chance to ask questions, okay? So, do I see a hand being raised? Go ahead, go ahead. I want to hear something from you.
Sir, as the audience are taking their time to muster the courage to ask a question,
So let's go
I
to
would
the.
like to ask a question. No, no, I would like to ask a question on behalf of the audience.
Sure.
All right. So, sir, you said, right? So, I mean, that is one of the biggest concern of the parents. They, because of lack of awareness, they feel that there is not enough money in the profession, right? So they think that a designer is like, okay, maybe somebody who gives aesthetic appeal and okay, he's like, he comes at the last minute and do some kind of an aesthetics, add aesthetics to the entire thing. Could you please share some thoughts on that to build confidence in the parents?
Let's put it this way that the designer is as well off as an engineer is. He is as well off as a doctor in a government job is. Okay? He may not be financially as good as Ambani, but that's not the point. I don't think your parents are looking for you to be that. If they were, then they wouldn't be here in this career fair. So they are looking for a career. If they are looking for a career, and the career is in the direction where you are working for somebody else, then yes, you are getting salaries which are as good as they are in other professions. And the starting salary would begin from 50,000 rupees, but I know some of my students, they get a package of something like 18 lakhs, 20 lakhs, which is 1.5 lakhs. Okay? So that is also possible. It all depends on your strengths, how you cultivate your strengths during these 4 years of Bachelor of Design or 2 years of Master of Design. So as far as jobs are concerned, I do not see any shortage of it. But yes, if you are from a, let's say, low-rung design institute, then you may start with a salary of only 25,000 rupees or something. Okay? But then, since this profession is based on your what you can deliver, and if you can deliver well, there is no reason why your employer will not pay you. And if that employer doesn't pay you, and you have the capability to deliver, then there are other companies who will embrace you. So I would say that if you have gone through 4 years of Bachelor of Design program, even from the worst university, you will get a salary of 25,000 rupees without fail. But if you are from better institutes, then it could range between 12 lakhs to 18 lakhs package. It all depends on the type of company. Your salary depends on what your design make gets converted into economic value for your employer.
Okay.
So you made a design and the employer converts your design into economics. And if they are able to do that, then there is no reason why they won't pay you.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And also, there are fantastic examples within the IIT alumni as well. Gone ahead and become um, head of design of companies. Um, they have become partner directors of global companies, and a couple of them have started startups which are successfully running, like River Motors and Createra, right? And as you rightly said, it all depends on the value that you bring onto the table as a designer, how you are benefiting the company. And if you're benefiting the company, naturally they will not hesitate to pay you, right? So thank you so much for giving that insight and reassurance that there's good financial stability for designers in the design field as well, like compared to engineers or other professions. And
Umesh?
yes,
Yeah, Umesh,
audience,
there are a
if
couple
anybody
of,
has any questions,
yeah, a
so this
couple
is
of,
the right opportunity to grab and ask your question to Professor Das directly. Yes, I
sure.
can see a raising hand there. So please go ahead.
Good morning, sir. Uh, yeah, regarding financial stability, I got a clarity. Uh, like I work in an IT company and I have seen a team with both designers and engineers, whereas and UX UI designers are very highly paid also. There is a huge shortage and they are highly paid also. But when it comes to promotions and positions, sir, engineers become team leaders, project leaders, delivery heads, practice heads, CTO. Whereas this I have not seen in the design career trajectory. I mean, designer is a designer always and will remain a designer always. So,
Umesh,
Yes,
you
sir.
will have to um, express this question
Yes, sir.
again because there was too much echo. I'm not able to.
Yeah. So I think based on what I understood is that yes, designers are being paid well, but probably they are not getting recognized. Is what if I'm not wrong, if the question was right.
Recognition happens over a period of time. It can't be that you have just passed out and then somebody will come and put you on your shoulders and take you in a procession and shower petals on you. No, it's not like that. The recognition comes from up or from, and it takes time. So you have to give time. There's a whole life ahead, and recognition comes. It's not that you won't be recognized, you are put in a corner. No, you are in the forefront. Another very good aspect of design is that mothers and fathers who are designers, and they really encourage their children to grow. So this is another thing that I have observed in my
I have to go like
students,
interview.
that they really care for their children. They really nurture their talent. That is also so. Becoming a designer is also becoming a whole being. You become a good human being. And I think that's something very important. To be able to pursue a profession where you become a good human being. What more do you want? You are a good human being, you are earning a decent salary, you know how to interact properly with your children, you encourage their talents. So you strive to make a happier world. So I think this is something very, very good. I do not see any other profession where this type of a thing happens. So, madam, sorry, because of the echo, I could not hear your question. It was a very long drawn explanation. But I hope I have answered what you were having in mind.
Okay.
But come again if I have not answered.
Hello, excuse me, sir.
Good morning, sir. This is Sean here. It's so nice to see you. Uh, and I'm so happy that you could come online, even though you could not be here in person. But it's so nice to see you. Can you hear me, or you're still hearing an echo?
Yeah,
Umesh?
Sean, there is echo. We are not able to hear you clearly.
Okay, I will.
Umesh, you have to shut off the other microphones. There should be only one microphone working.
Okay, Umesh, I will tell you the questions over the phone. Okay, can you?
Sean, alternatively, you can send me the questions in WhatsApp as a message. I can read out to sir.
There are too many microphones on. You have to shut off the other microphones.
Yeah.
Is it on? Yeah, okay. Let me rephrase the question. It's a very important question here while we are sending it. Dion, I'll repeat the question. Okay, now listen. So the question here was, right? The question here was, engineers get promoted, software developers get promoted to high ranks, right? But designers remain designers. There is no promotion in terms of ranks. Like say, for example, a designer can't become, first of all, a lead, then a design manager, design program manager, design regional head, director of design, say, South India, director of design India, and director of design Asia Pacific. That is your question. Wait, I'll explain. Umesh, did you get the question? It is all about the designated ranks. As in, it's only, like say for example, Asia Pacific design head is only engineer will get, but the question is the designers don't get that. You understand, right? Okay. Okay, you just be online. So let me answer quickly in brief before sir gets the question. Listen, hear me out. That's not true. If you go online and say Google Pranav Mistry, go on your phones and Google Pranav Mistry Sixth Sense. He's a boy from IIT Bombay. Pranav Mistry Sixth Sense. He works for Samsung. He is he was the director Asia Pacific for Samsung. Because even in design, there are specific ranks. Because I was in GM, we have head of design for India, GM, director of design India, director of design Asia Pacific, vice president of design. It is there. It's just that in India, it's catching up. You understand? It has caught up all over the world, but it is catching up in India as well. So, are those designations there? Yes, very much there. There's a clear hierarchy. There's a clear rise, even not just for designers, for engineers. And when it's just a matter of time when these systems are in place, we will be discussing value, the value design department adds, and then you will understand. A lot of companies, Ashok Leyland, all of them, the GM, all of them have directors for design head of India, vice presidents, they have. Yeah. Okay, Umesh, I do not know if you're able to pass on the question.
Yeah, so Sean, I think we got what I was asking. All right, so
we'll go to the next question. Okay, go ahead. Ask Dasa.
Yeah. So what's happening is there's a lot of echo that we are hearing, Sean.
No, I understand.
Please ask the people who are around the mics to be calm, because we are able to hear their voice as well.
Okay.
You have too many speakers on?
No, sir. I think it's only one speaker on, but he is live. Okay, so and there are some people behind who are speaking, so we are able to hear their voices back. Right. Okay, so what ma'am has asked was that, see, in engineering field, let us say, okay, they start as a junior engineer and they kind of climb the ladder up, right? Like they become, at one point of time, they may become head of engineering and maybe take care of the Asia Pacific and probably the entire global operations, etc. That kind of a hierarchy or climbing up the ladder is not noticed in the design field, is what she's
you have a point, and you may not have Satya Nadella, etc. heading the companies. But you shouldn't expect that. Unless you get into the management area, it is not possible for you to head a corporation. It is possible to be a vice president. So your area is very different. You are not a manager. If you do a management degree, then you are a ruthless person. Then you are also not a happy person. You are also not a good husband, a good wife. So you may be successful, you may be earning a lot of money, but there are a lot of conflicts at home. You won't have time to look after your children also. You may be heading a business which is doing harm to the society. So one has to think very differently. Very, very ambitious. And I say, okay, go into management, go into finances. So finances and management are two things which will take you to the top. And the third, of course, is get into politics. Then you can be the prime minister. So, for example, no CEO will become the president of India or the prime minister of India. So every profession has a limit to which they can rise in the society. But there is no limit to what you can contribute in the society. So you have to think in terms of either power or your contribution and balance it with your happiness. So it is from that viewpoint, I think design is a good profession. Yes, if you want to become the CEO of multinational companies, then you must get into management. If you want to become the CEO of a country, then you must become a politician. So thank you very much. It was nice.
All right, sir. So I think now we can go ahead with your short presentation. Would you want me to share the presentation, sir?
Yes, yes.
Can I? Good morning, sir. Um, s- since you've been a part of the design field for so
And
many
we'll
years,
have your question later on, okay?
uh, since, since you've been a part of the design field for so many years, how do we sustain the growth of the design industry? Or what measures can we take to sustain the growth? Us
We'll have
as
that question
individuals,
later on.
designers,
Okay?
or us as sustain the growth of the design industry.
Now, we all have gone through our school education and we all attach a lot of importance to what thinking is, the process of thinking. But what is thinking?
Whatever question
If
you
I
answer, I'll answer.
ask you that question, what is thinking? What is your response? Can I have your response on what is thinking?
We'll catch it.
Thinking is to do with imagination. Thinking is to do with creativity. What is thinking?
So thinking is asking questions, reflecting what has happened or what is about to happen, basically analyzing the information.
So we are analyzing, we are thinking, we are questioning. And what is the purpose that drives our questioning?
I think the purpose is to accomplish a particular outcome.
So the purpose is to accomplish. And how do you say that the outcome has been accomplished?
When we get a desirable result,
When we get a desirable result, So here what you are happening is that you are always comparing with something else. You are relating with something else. Can you see that? That when we are questioning, there is always a reference for the question. It is this reference that is creating a doubt in our mind. So it is always in relation to something else. There is no question without referring to something which is already there.
Yes, sir.
You context of mathematics is different from the question of right in the context of history. Is different in the context of economics. It is different in the context of religion. So relationship is something which you have to understand. You just understand that you can let your mind be free. Let's move to the next slide.
I will answer.
Now, when it comes to design, design is about building a relationship between man and his environment. So, thinking in general is to develop or explore relationship between thoughts. When it comes to design, then it is building a relationship between man and his environment. Let's move to the next slide.
So that's I think we are constantly the time. Alright, so probably the next 5 minutes if we can conclude. Yes.
Next slide. Now you see how further development took place. Having made a cutting edge, they were able to tie it to a stick and get some certain mechanical advantage. Now this development is with reference in relationship to the human being. If I were to design an axe for a chimpanzee, the design has to be different. This is for a human being. The human being holds like this. The position of the thumb is different as compared to a chimpanzee. So you design and develop the relationship with reference to the user. Let's move to the next slide. Now you see how further development took place. Because of new material, stone was replaced by iron, and so it provided further avenues, further properties, and then new materials come in, the way you handle it, and the design changes. Let's move to the next slide. And then you see further, it's the same axe, or this axe undergoes change, depending on the situation in which it is used. The earlier axes were used for cutting trees. These are not for cutting trees. Move to the next one. And now you see, we all have intelligence. And then some of us have creativity. What is the difference between intelligence and creativity? Intelligence is the ability to see relationship, configuration, find at least one answer. If you have an IQ test, in an IQ test you are finding an answer, there is only one answer. In creativity, there are many answers. So if you have a creativity test, you look for many answers. And it is this ability to find many answers that is the strength of the designer. Next to creativity will come inventiveness. And next to that would come innovation. So when you enter the design profession, you move from intelligence to creativity. And from creativity, you move to inventiveness. And from inventiveness, you move to innovation. Some people will just stop in the earlier stages. Those who move to innovation, they are extremely. Let's move to the next one. So you see this word innovation? Innovation is something good for the society. So there has to be something new in it, there has to be a seminal idea, and there has to be the concept of ovation. And the ovation comes from the society. If you have a good innovation, then people will applaud. If you have innovation, you have IPR. It is an intellectual property. And if you have an intellectual property, then like land property, it also has values. Let's move to the next slide. You see a bullock cart. Now, how the design process has been changing. So when they were developing the bullock cart, this is done by craftsmen. Maybe a group of craftsmen working together. Okay? Let's move to the next slide. Now you see a ship. This is also made by carpenters, etc. You have blacksmiths and carpenters working together, but now there is a much bigger team working. And you have to do some initial conceptualization. So now there will be some drawings, people will prepare some drawings before they start making. Let's move to the next slide. That will be the last slide. Let's move to the next slide. Now you see here is a Taj Mahal. Again made over many years by many people. Everything meticulously done. Every craftsman is doing his best. That is why it survived for 500 years. Now what is happening today is that we have systematized the process. If you look at Akshardham temple, Delhi was built in 18 months. But there's a lot of pre-preparation that happens. and then it is brought together. Okay? Now, what is important for us to understand that the design process has been changing over years, and it will continue to change. So, in design, it began with industrial design, and it went to human-centered design, then it went into humanity-centered design, which is universal design. And today, we are talking of cradle to cradle. So the design process has been changing. Yesterday, we were designing products. Today, we are designing services. Tomorrow, we will design policies. Design profession is growing, and I think you as a designer will have to take this challenge. My generation was concerned with designing products. My students were into designing services. You will be designing policy for the future. It's not that you won't be designing products. You will also be designing products. You will also be designing services. But when you become more mature, 40 years of age, then you'll be designing policies. And that is where you will reach the higher rung of the human, say, employment profession. So thank you very much. I'll stop here. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, please.
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. So as you said, there is design of products, there is design of services, and then we are looking at design of societies. So the role of design, as per the context, is changing and it's evolving. And there is a lot of opportunity for these young design aspirants to add value to the society by designing of products, services, and systems and societies. So thank you so much for that. And Sean, would you like to take any couple of questions, or can we conclude?
No, not for now, Umesh. We will continue with the panel
right.
discussion.
Okay.
But anyway, thank you. Thank
All
you
right,
so,
okay.
so much for coming, Professor. Thank you.
All right. So thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for your time and your sharing of insights. We value your insights very much. Thank you so much.